This is a video to my daughter, Zavanah. I am sorry that I look so rough. I just got off of work at 7 a.m. this morning and I still have not been to sleep because I've been running around, and now your brother's hunting and your daddy also. So I just wanted to start by saying that I love you very much, and that I hope you know that I am your real mother, your blood mother, the one that gave birth to you. You are my daughter. You are my only daughter. And unfortunately, I didn't get to raise you because of my past, yes, but also because your nanny and I never got along. As mother, we never had a mother-daughter relationship. So, and I always kind of felt like she hated me. So, and I never knew why. I always asked, brought it up, but she could never give me an answer, and she would just blow me off. So, whenever I ended up being an addict, she ended up with custody of you from your aunt. And then it was like she had total control. She had total control. And I knew right then and there that I would never be able to have any kind of relationship with you. And if I did, she would make sure that you thought I was your aunt. Like, you thought I was your aunt for a long time. You probably always did. I don't know. But she wouldn't even know. Like, when I sent you a birthday card one year after your brother moved in with me, she quit letting me send anything. She told me if I ever sent anything in the mail to you again or whatever, I was gonna get in trouble. So she pretty much stopped all of that. There was no way for me. I mean, she sheltered you from the world, so nobody could, me and Xander would even try to help me get pictures of you off the internet. I was always trying to look and see what was going on in your life and things like that. I don't know why your nanny was to me like she was, because she wasn't like that to your Uncle Bubba or nobody else. It was just me. And I worked really hard after I was ran over and hit by that truck. Right time I got out of the hospital, I got situated, went straight back to school. I went back to school 3 times. I was certified as a CNA, and I am all this now. I'm talking in present tense. Certified CNA, phlebotomist, and EKG tech. All right, I went to school and did all of that. It was never good enough for her. She is still telling you that I am sick and a drug addict, and it's not true. It's not true. I work all the time. That's all I do. Me and your daddy own our own place. We have for a couple years now. Things have been bumpy, but, we're getting things situated and straightened out. I believe your daddy would have really gotten straightened out a lot sooner had he been able to have something to do with you, because all he ever wanted was a child, a baby, a child to raise, a daughter. Like, it's all he ever wanted. I really think you could have kept him straight and he would have been just the perfect person. But without you in his life, he didn't care. He didn't care at all. And he just ended up in trouble like he always was. He didn't have the best bringing up. He didn't have nobody steering him in the right direction, that's for sure. One day you're going to grow up and be able to hear about all the family dynamics and stuff like that and know the truth about everything. You're not going to be told no lies, and I'm going to make sure of that. That's what I'm mad about now, because I can't do nothing about the lies that you're being told. And the best thing that I have as a weapon for me is Xander. I know you trust Xander. Xander loves you. You love Xander. So whenever you turn 17 or 18 and you're ready to hear the truth and not from my mouth, which is fine, Xander is going to be there to tell you. Because when Xander moved in with me when he was 17 years old, he found out that everything, everything, because I was always honest with Xander about my addiction and everything. I was always honest with him. Any kind of questions he would ask, you can ask him. I was honest and I told him. I never had anything from him. So I know he's going to let you know the truth. And when he moved in with me, he found out that most of the things that your nanny was telling him was a lie. Your nanny was telling him even then when he was turned 17 that I was still a drug addict, this and that. He moved in with me and was with me day and night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He saw that I wasn't on drugs. He saw that your daddy wasn't on drugs. He lives with us, you know. He sees everything. Him and your daddy get along really well. They go hunting together. You know, they get along. And he's gonna be the one to be able to let you know that half the stuff you was ever told your whole life was a lie. And I hate that where we didn't get to have a relationship like a mother-daughter relationship. I hope one day in the future, you know, that nothing doesn't happen to me, that we'll be able to build a relationship. But I really hate that I had to miss out on you growing up and you actually knowing that I'm your mama, you know. You're my only daughter and you're my last baby, you know. That's it. And I have 2 boys and a girl, which is you. I've never gotten to raise a girl, so I don't even, you know, I never got to do the buying all the little toys and the dresses and stuff like that. I never got to do any of that. So all that's been stripped away from me. And I'll never get that back. Neither will you. You'll never get the memories that we could have had back. Never. The real love from a real mother. I never had love from my mother. My mother, your nanny, pretty much beat me whenever I was younger. I was physically and mentally abused by her because of things that happened to her when she was, you know, a mother. Like when she was married, she was in a bad relationship and she took her anger out on me. So I hope that one day we get to sit down and have this talk. But if I'm not here, I hope this video helps you understand and go to your brother because he will tell you the truth about me. I have nothing to hide. I've always been an open book. All I do is work hard and try to make up for the things that I messed up. You know, but there's only so much you can do. If there's one thing you need to learn in life, it's you can't make anybody happy. Worry about making yourself happy because there is no making Donna happy. I don't care what kind of good grades you get, nothing. She's always going to say, oh, you can do better. You can do better. You're never going to reach her top goal. Like, you're never going to. And I believe she done this to me and you, keeping us apart, because in her sick mind somehow, it's like her getting a second chance from where she messed me up. You're like the mini me, and she gets to relive her motherhood that she messed up because she become a truck driver and all that, and she didn't get to raise her kids. She had to work and stuff like that after she left my daddy, right? So the control went to her head, and she really ruined the chance for us to get to know each other and the chance for you to get to know your daddy. He is a really cool guy, you know. Me and him has been together for a long time. And I mean, we both love you so much. We just are so frustrated that we don't get to do anything. We were both blackmailed to sign our rights over because the way she had him pinned. Okay, he was always in trouble. That's no, you know, secret. Whatever, he was in trouble all the time. Okay, so she held it over his head that with the money part, because we were always been middle class. Well, not always been middle class. We were always poor, you know, living on food stamps and everything. And she held child support over both of our heads and told him that if he signed his rights over, she would drop all the child support. Okay, we had no way to keep bonding him out of jail. Nothing like that. And she was already not letting us see you. She was telling the courts that he was on drugs, you know, still doing all this and that. We tried to keep proving, and it was just no getting through to anybody. So by this time, you know, and then whenever she drew my paperwork up, she had, okay, that I could see you, this and that. But at the end of it, it said, and I was giving her money whenever I was living up there. I was giving her money, helping out with all my kids. And then she put something in the paperwork saying that, about me starting to pay child support again. But which at that time I was on disability. There was no way I could pay child support out of a $700 check trying to pay rent, lights, truck insurance. There was no possible way. She knew that the only way we was going to be able to not have to worry about that hanging over our heads was that we signed that paper for her. And then I just knew when I signed that paper, that was going to be a wrap. She totally did exactly what I knew she was going to do. And she got everybody saying, even, you know, people in the family, Bubba's, whatever she's supposed to be, saying that now you're legally her daughter, blah, blah, blah. But you're my blood. You're mine and Scott Stanley's blood. You're our child. You will always be our child. Nobody can change that. No paperwork can change that. You come from me and Scott, not Donna and Brian. Those are your grandparents. Those are what they were supposed to stay. There's so many addicts in this world that got straight, got cleaned up, and their parents let them get their kids back. But no, that just was not the case with me. It was not the case with me. Even my brother messed up, did this. He's done worse stuff than I have. And yet they was pushing your cousin on him. They was just pushing him on in his life. Oh, that'll keep him clean. Let him have a son around. But instead, they kept my kids away from me. Every time I would even come to visit y'all for the holidays, one of them would start problems with me, knowing I was already emotional being there, start making me cry time I walked in the door because they knew I was going to walk away. Because that's what I did. And sometimes, I mean, I still have a bad habit of that. I walk away, I run away. That's my thing when trouble starts. I run away. Okay, and there's just so many things that you don't understand, and I know you've been told so many lies, but I hope you will never believe that you wasn't important to us, because you really was. And I don't know why I couldn't get clean earlier to fix all this. I really honestly don't think there was any fix in this situation. My main goal was to keep you out of DSS, and that's what I did. And I just wanted you to be happy, and you seem like you're happy now. You know, I know for a fact that you're bored living with two older people, and all y'all do is sit in the house. She's not watching your weight. She's letting you eat anything. She did that to me. She didn't teach me how to eat the right way. I ended up with chronic high blood pressure at 12 years old. Plus, they said it was because I was really scared. I had my fear, anxiety, all of that made me have chronic high blood pressure. And now, whenever I hit 21, I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure. That's why I'm doing these videos. For anything that I feel like I want to tell you, you know, or like if I forget to tell you something, you know, because it's a lot. Because if I'm not here whenever you turn 17, you got something that's going to be here on the internet forever. And if you just look it up, you'll find it. It's not something that's going to be stuck on a phone somewhere or a CD or whatever. You got it on the internet forever, and you can always find it. You can always find me right here on the internet. And your little diaries I'm going to try to do is going to be right here. I do other little videos, you know, just when I get bored. I really don't have any friends like that. I talk to myself a lot, so why not do a video, you know? But I love you, and your daddy loves you, and Xander loves you, and Zay loves you, and we all love you. I just want you to be close with me like Zay and Xander are, you know? And not just, you know, like, because Zay was going through a spurt where it's just money this and money that. I'm not no rich person. Yes, I work all the time, but I also am the sole provider in my house. Nobody helps me. Your dad has a hard time getting a job because he is a felon. And he doesn't get in trouble now, but in his past when he was younger, he was in trouble a lot. But I hope one day you'll be able to come to him and, you know, even if I'm not here, you'll be able to come talk to him, because I'm sure, you know, when you get older, I just don't want you to let nobody take advantage of you, especially because I've seen it happen with your aunt, Heather, which is your daddy's sister. She was on disability. People were taking advantage of her because she was on disability, and so they all wanted her to come live with them and this and that, or, you know, wanted their hands out for her money. I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want people to just be loving you because you get a check or something like that. And don't let that check stop you. That check is not going to take care of you and provide for you what you're going to need and what you're going to want every month. I dropped mine because it didn't pay what I needed to pay, and it didn't provide the lifestyle that I wanted. So I really hope that you make good choices in life, and I hope that you come to me and your daddy and at least hear our side of the story. If not, listen to this video and talk to your brothers, because you will know the truth. Because the whole family, my whole family, your nanny, all of them hate your daddy with a passion. They hate him with a passion. So they have done everything in their power. Every time me and him would break up or whatever, I was allowed to see you. I was allowed to come around. But when me and him would get back together, and we're married now, your nanny is so, oh, I'm going to work on my marriage. I'm not going to, I mean, your granddaddy was doing crack. He admitted it on Fox 54 News. You know, he done a whole interview about it. But yet that's why your nanny supposedly won't let me and your daddy have nothing to do with you, because we're addicts, which we're not. Okay, we're both clean. Your brother can vouch for that. He's around us all the time. But she is trying to, how do I say that? She is letting your granddaddy be around you. And yet, if we were addicts, we can't be around you. What sense does that make? Okay, he was living in the house with you whenever he was doing drugs. He was smoking crack. Me and your daddy have never done nothing like that. Never. Never no drugs like that. This is what I don't understand. She is she's a hypocrite. And one day, I hope you, and I even got that video saved for you to see him on the news admitting what he did. He did not go to no rehab. You know, your nanny wouldn't even let me drive you uptown, and I had a year clean at the time. She wouldn't even let you ride uptown with me. Your granddaddy wouldn't even clean for 4 months. He didn't go to no in-house rehab. He went to outpatient rehab, which is where he just goes to a class every couple of days. I know for a fact, as a recovering addict, you're not going to stay clean like that. I know that for a fact. And we've been telling her our whole childhood, me and your Aunt Kelly, that he was smoking weed and doing drugs. Like, she knew that already, but she had to let the world know about her fake, happy-go-lucky life. Her perfect Christian life. She had to keep up that look. But you're going to see, the more you dig into it, you're going to see all the pieces fall together. And the only reason certain ones stick together up there in Anderson is because they all need each other. Me, I'm an independent person. I got my own job. I got my own money. I got my own house. I don't need nobody for nothing. Therefore, I don't have to kiss no butt for nothing. And that's why my family can't stand me. I'm just independent. I'm built like that. That's how Wayne Smith raised me to be a provider. And I pray, if nothing don't come true, I pray that you become an independent person. That way you don't have to kiss no behind and live in nobody's house. And that way you have your own everything. And that if you want to walk out that door and never go back, that you don't ever have to that you can walk out and leave and say goodbye and never have to turn your head again. I want you to be an independent person and be happy. Because I'm telling you, snakes will smile in your face and tell you they love you. I'm telling you, you got a lot to learn, baby girl. You got a lot to learn. And I wish I could be there to be teaching you these things. Because I know you're not being taught these things. You're being taught that unicorns is real and Barbie dolls are your best friends and stuff like that right now. Like, you're not being prepared for the world. I know you still need to be a kid and everything, but you're living in a fake life right now. Like, you're surrounded by people that lie to you and are not being real to you about anything. Whenever I was an addict, even when your brother was younger, Xander, I told him the truth about everything. Everything. He would cry, I would cry, but I was honest with him about everything. That's why he trusts me like he does. And when he moved out and came here, he didn't quit school. He went straight to school. Not 2 weeks later, it took him only 1 month and he was done. He graduated. 1 month that boy graduated, because he knew I wasn't playing that. I'm all about education, but I'm not how my mama is, because my kids can make me happy. I'm so happy. So happy. I love anything my kids do. You don't have to hit the high bar or hit the 100% bar just to make me happy. No. Make yourself happy. If you happy with it, I'm going to be happy with it. If you reach a goal, we're gonna have a party. Best believe it, cuz it was your goal and you reached it. That's success to me. Not you can do better next time, this and that. No, that's not what love is supposed to be. And I know you're being taught that wrong, but one day I hope I get to teach you the right way. I hope I do. Because I'm your mama. And that's the way it is. Even if you don't want that to be true, I'm sorry, it's true. I'm your mama. Scott's your daddy. Nobody or nothing can change that. I love you.